Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Remember that if you like what you see and hear, please like and subscribe, and please follow me. You can do that all below. And remember, I also have social media available that are all links in the description of this video. Anyways, today's book is called Shelterwood by Lisa Wingate. This is her latest book. It just came out last year, so it's fairly popular. It's still still hard to get. I will read the flap here, and then I will give you my review and thought, my rating and thoughts. From the #1 New York Times best-selling author of Before We Were Yours comes a sweeping novel inspired by the untold history of women pioneers who fought to protect children caught in the storm of land barons hungry for power and oil wealth. Oklahoma in 1909. 11-year-old Olive Augusta Radley knows that her stepfather doesn't have good intentions towards the two Choctaw girls boarded in their homes as wards. When the older girl disappears, Ollie flees to the woods, taking 6-year-old Nessa with her. Together they begin a perilous journey to the remote winding stair mountains, the notorious territory of outlaws, treasure hunters, and desperate men. Along the way, Ollie and Nessa form an unlikely band with others like themselves, struggling to stay one step ahead of those who seek to exploit them or worse. Oklahoma in 1990, law enforcement ranger Valerie Warren Ordell arrives at newly minted Horse Thief Trail National Park, seeking a quiet place to balance a career and single parenthood. But no sooner has Valerie reported for duty than she's faced with local controversy over the park's opening. A teenage hiker gone missing from one of the trails, and the long-hidden burial site of 3 children unearthed in a cave. Val's quest for the truth wins an ally among the neighboring Choctaw tribal police, but soon collides with old secrets and the tragic and deadly history of the land itself. In this emotional and enveloping novel, Lisa Wingate traces the story of children abandoned by the law and battle to see justice done. Amid times of deep conflict over who owns the land and its riches, Ollie and Val traverse the rugged and beautiful terrain, each leaving behind one life in search of another. I gave this book a 3 out of 5. Which is pretty decent. I there were aspects I really liked about the book. But there were also aspects that I didn't. I felt that too much of the time I didn't know what was going on. I knew where I was, but it just felt kind of discombobulated for me. I think partly because I had this probably romanticized view of Before We Were Yours. I thought I would get it right away. And I mean, it's an okay book. It's really, really good. But it just didn't work for me for some weird reason. I usually can tell within the first few pages if a book's going to work for me or not. Sometimes it takes a while, and that's one reason why I read it all. I could have probably quit the book, made it a DNF at probably halfway through the book because I felt it was very confusing. I probably should have used a reader guide to figure out what was going on after every chapter. But that's very slow. And there were things in the reader's guide summary discussion of the chapters which were very confusing, and I don't understand why they were mentioned as early as they were, because it just kind of felt weird. But in any case, I really felt that the 2 storylines were too convoluted, and I didn't see really the link to both of them. And while this is a very good book, I don't know, I could not really get into it. It kind of felt like a slog. Mind you, I was probably also reading other books in there. Those are the ones I've really enjoyed. But I think not understanding what was really going on really was a disservice to me. And I think probably rereading it would help. And probably reading it chapter by chapter with a reader summary, with a chapter summary, would also really help. So that was Shelterwood by Lisa Wingate. Sorry, I had my hand over it. I understand a lot of you remember that if you like Lisa Wingate, you probably will like this book. It's a very different book from Before We Were Yours. I think Before We Were Yours was the same dual timeline book. Same sort of dual timeline book where there's one in the somewhat present and one in the past. And yeah. Anyways, that was Shelterwood by Lisa Wingate. I highly recommend it. If you want to read Lisa Wingate, I would highly recommend reading Before We Were Yours and then probably going through her backlist before reading this. Anyways, remember that if you like what you see in here, please like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate your support. I would also recommend that if you want to support me financially, you can do that through my bookshop.org site link that I have in the description, along with my social media links. And I look forward to talking to you fairly soon, and happy reading.